Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How's my audio? Check 1 2. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Back at y'all with another live stream. This is a special one. This is a live update of my arrest from 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. This is the arresting officer right here. You're looking at him. Smooch face Scott Roby. Officer Scott Roby, ladies and gentlemen. This is the arresting officer. This is actually my first encounter with him. This is not the video of when I was arrested by him, but as a bonus, at the end of this live stream, I will be playing that video. A lot of y'all have seen it. A lot of y'all haven't. Man, I gained like 1,000 subscribers within the last week and a half. I guess hard work pays off. Appreciate y'all. I want to give a shout out to everybody, and I mean everybody that's in this stream right now and that's in the chat. Rasian Cajun, Mbaku Lips, Mike Taylor, Perfect Sense Resistor, William Sharon, John Denicola, good evening. The Resistance, Knowledge, Motor City Free Press, my man, William Sharon. Yeah, I see the gang's all here. Mike Ramirez, The Real Peoples, Mike Jones, Kenneth Brucker, Wake Up America and Resist. And for all those that I miss, I got love for y'all too. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to take it slow and easy. I'm going to be with y'all for a while. So if y'all want to drop out for a minute and come back, by all means, please do so. But don't be going too long because I don't want y'all to miss the juice. All right, like I said, this is about the arrest 2 years ago of me recording a traffic stop. I got illegally arrested. Let's get into it. Once again, shout outs to everybody. Appreciate all y'all support. So, you know what? Let me ask y'all what y'all want to do first. So we can go over the video. Tonight is going to be a comparison of the narrative of the police report and of the actual video. So, you know, by a show in the chat, how many want to see the video first? How many want to see the narrative first, the police report? 1 for video, 2 for narrative. Let me know real quick. The more I see, the faster I'll get to it. Give y'all a couple of seconds to decide. Luke Duke says video, Kenneth Brucker, narrative. Well, Kenneth Brucker said 2. Wow, y'all coming in fast. All right, let's get into it. How about this? How about we jump into the narrative real fast? All right, bam, here we go. So pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. This is the release sheet that I received from getting out of jail after 2 days. Okay. And it pretty much has my name up the top, okay? $400 cash bill, okay? And the courthouse that it's being taken care of at is BMC Dorchester, okay? The charges were disorderly conduct, A and B on a police officer, and resisting arrest, all right? And there's an extra charge as well, but it's not on this sheet right here. All right, so that was the green sheet, the release sheet that I received. It's my signature. And basically, just 2 years ago, it just stated what the charges were and where to report for the case. The courthouse, BMC, Dorchester. Now, let's get into the meats and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name up at the top, criminal complaint, BMC Dorchester, 510 Washington Street, Dorchester, Massachusetts, 02124. Date of birth, date of offense, 4/25/2020. Arrest date, same thing. Complaint was issued on the 27th of April 2020. Happened in Boston. The address was Blue Hill Ave and Ansel Street. Blue Hill Ave and Ansel. Once again, the charges, disorderly conduct. On 4/25/2020, let's blow it up a little bit more, was a disorderly person and that he or she did with purpose to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk thereof, engage in fighting or threatening or in violent or tumultuous behavior, or did create a hazardous or physically offensive condition by an act that served no legitimate purpose of the defendant in violation of the common law in GLC 272, Section 53. So that's the definition of my disorderly conduct. Second charge, A and B on police officer. On 4/25/2025, did assault and beat police officer Scott Roby, that's the one you're looking at right here, who was then engaged in the performance of his or her duties in violation of GL 265. The penalty is house of correction, not less than 90 days, not more than 2.5 years, or not less than 500, not more than 5,000. Next charge is witness, juror, police court official, intimidate. On 4/25/2020, did directly or indirectly willfully threaten, attempt, or cause physical injury, emotional injury, economic injury, or property damage to, or did convey a gift, offer, or promise, or something of value to, or did mislead, intimidate, or harass another person who was a witness or potential witness, person or other court order, judge, juror, grand juror, attorney, witness, victim. All right, I missed a sentence, so I'm going to go back. Person who is or was aware of information, records, documents, or objects that relate to a violation of a criminal law or a violation of conditions of probation, parole, bail, or other court order, judge, juror, grand juror, attorney, victim, witness. It's really crazy how they put this stuff down in their explanation of the charges. It's like just straight run-on sentences. But it also goes on to say advocate, police officer, correctional officer, federal agent, investigator, clerk, court officer, all these different positions. Not to mention none of these charges pertain to me. But as you can see, this is what it says. Penalty, state prison not more than 10 years, or jail or house of corrections not more than 2.5 years, or fine not less than 1,000, not more than 5,000, or both. Superior court jurisdiction. However, district court has final jurisdiction for intimidation of a witness or juror. Okay, so look what it says. A state prison not more than 10 years, or jail or house of corrections not more than 2.5 years. And if you look at the very bottom, on 7/31/2020, there was an offer of 25 hours community service and the case would be dismissed. But if you look right over here, they're threatening to, give me 10 years just for that one charge. Wow. 10 years right there. So then they offered a community service, 25 hours, which I denied. Hell yeah, I'm going to deny it. I'm out there doing something that's protected by the Constitution, and they cannot turn that protected activity into a criminal activity. So yeah, I'm going to record. Let's go to the next page. I don't want to hold y'all up too much because, like I said, I'm taking it slow and easy. This is the update of my arrest from 2 years ago for recording a traffic stop. Let me flip the page real quick. So it's the next page right here, which is the last charge, resisting arrest. So on 4/25/2020, did knowingly prevent or attempt to prevent a police officer as defined in GLC Chapter 268, Section 32B, who is acting under color of his or her official authority from effecting an arrest by. First of all, before I continue, I just want y'all to, who is acting under color of his or her official authority. When you watch the video, I want you guys to tell me if this officer was acting under color, under his official authority. By using or threatening to use physical force or violence against a police officer or another, or using some other means which create a substantial risk of causing bodily injury to such police officer or another. In violation of General Law, Chapter 268, Section 32B. Penalty, jail or house of corrections for not more than 2.5 years or not more than 500 or both. So, real quick, let's look at the charges again and see how much the time amounts to. So we got the first penalty, which is 90 days, not more than 2.5 years. So I'm just going to go with the highest and add it up. So that's one. The first penalty is a $150 fine. An elementary or secondary student should not be adjudged a delinquent child for such conduct. I don't even understand what they're talking about right there. That doesn't pertain to me. But we already had 2.5 years for one penalty. And we got 10 years for another penalty. And we got 2.5 years for the last penalty. So that's 15 years, okay? Now, let me go on to the last page. And we're going to go on to the video shortly after. Very shortly after. Because we still got to go into the meat and potatoes of this narrative. We have to read it. So here we go. Happened at Ansell Street and Blue Hill Avenue. The officer is Scott Roby. His serial ID is 011452. Okay. So it says about 0:22 hours a.m. Officer Roby in the C425A unit was off with on-site traffic stop of a Massachusetts registered 7KS692 at Ansell Street and Blue Hill Avenue with the above name for violation of traffic laws. Officer issued the citation. Officer was returning to my cruiser when the suspect approached the vehicle with two females inside and started recording them. And as officer told the suspect to step out the street, he walked up to the driver's side window and started asking the operator a question and was told to move away from the vehicle as they had their turn signals on and attempted to pull away, not wanting to talk to him. And far of the suspect, officer believed he was told again to move out of the street and get on the sidewalk. Okay, so I want y'all to pay attention to this narrative because it's deep. And I'm telling you the reason why it was colored this way, because Officer Roby thought he destroyed the video. I'm giving you some spoilers because I have to for you to keep up with what's going on. I know it's a lot of new people in the situation, and I want to keep y'all updated as much as possible. But the reason why this is colored so vividly is because he was confident that he destroyed the tape. He was confident that he destroyed the recording. okay, because he definitely destroyed the phone. Moving on. The suspect refused 2 verbal commands. Then the vehicle attempted to pull away, and the operator said, "Thank you," as officer was walking back to my cruiser. The suspect came back into the street and was told to get on the sidewalk a third time, at which time he refused and continued towards the officer's vehicle, not staying 6 feet away, as well as being out after 9 p.m. curfew during the pandemic state of emergency. Okay, y'all remember that. A lot of governors all around the country was ordering their executive order to stay off the streets at a certain time due to the pandemic. Now, we all know that ain't law. We all know that ain't law, don't we? Ain't no governor gonna tell me I can't stay in the streets, especially when I'm out there recording police activity during the time they was running rampant during COVID-19 season. You must be crazy. Ain't no governor got that much power over me. The officer went towards the suspect to place him under arrest. At that time, he was told to put his hands behind his back. He was going to be placed under arrest, and he resisted pulling away from officer and grabbing my left hand and scratching my finger with his fingernail. As he did so, officer had his OC spray in his hand and it discharged next to officer's hand and arm. Officer placed the suspect under arrest with the assistance of Officer Woods and the C11 1F, who pulled up to assist on traffic stop. The suspect was placed under arrest for disorderly conduct and interfering with a police officer in the performances of his duties, as well as assault and battery on a police officer and resisting arrest. Okay, so you guys remember that when we continue on with the video. Like I said, that's Officer Scott Roby. That's his serial ID number. His badge number, I want to say it's 9545, but I can't be sure about that right now. I'm going to have to pull it up. Shout out to Southeastern PA Community Watch. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate all y'all that's just coming in and giving me support. Supervisor signature, Michael McDougal. His serial number is 116220. And he also opens himself up for civil litigation just for putting his John Hancock on it. All right, next page. Let's go on to the next page, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So this is the continuation of the narrative. The suspect refused to be placed in the car without his phone, and at no time was he hit with any of the OC spray. Y'all remember that? Remember that part right there. At no time was he hit with any of the OC spray. The suspect finally was given his phone as he was cuffed and grabbed it out of the officer's hand. The suspect finally was given his phone as he was cuffed and grabbed it out of the officer's hand. That don't even sound right. The suspect finally was, and actually I'm giving credit where credit shouldn't even be due. I said given, and it doesn't say given. It says the suspect finally was given his phone as he was cuffed and grabbed it out of the officer's hand, pulling it into the car with him and sitting on it. And I'm reading it like he wrote it, okay? If I sound like Goof Troop, it's because this motherfucker that you looking at is the one who wrote it. Okay. The patrol supervisor was called to the scene. C903 Sergeant Brooks, who also opens himself up for civil litigation, responded for the suspect's attention because the OC accidental discharge. Boston EMS was called to the base to meet the prisoner and officer. The suspect at the wagon bay was taken from the car, and he started to yell that the police was trying to kill him. You goddamn right, because at that point, it was kidnapping. Now I'm going to their gang den, okay? I'm up in their dwelling, all right? A place where I shouldn't be. So I have no idea what they're going to do. And the worst thing that came to my motherfucking head was, oh my God, they're going to fucking kill me. I mean, the experiences of me growing up as a young boy in the city of Philadelphia, and then moving to Boston many, many years later and seeing what they do to black men. And let's not forget the history of what black men have been through in the city of Boston. Okay? Let's not forget that. But I digress. Let's move on. Boston ambulance. Oh, wait a minute. The suspect at the wagon bay was taken from the car and he started to yell that the police were trying to kill him. And he tried to pull away and get away from police custody as Boston EMS was present. You're damn right. I was illegally arrested. I didn't do a goddamn thing. You wait till the video come on. Y'all might want to share if you care about your rights. Because this is a hell of a fight that night on April 25th. It was a hell of a fight. Make sure I got the date right. Hold on. Let's move on. Boston Ambulance 1803 EMT tried to assist him, but at no time did he request the EMTs to check him out. He just wanted his phone that was recording in his two hands that were behind his back. He just kept yelling that he was going to be killed and fought all the way into the back of the booking area at the station. He then collapsed his weight to the ground and refused to give his phone and property, and as he did, his phone was folded underneath him. His property was taken in the presence of the PS Sergeant Detective McGoldrick, who I found out that there isn't a McGoldrick, and this unknown officer with the name is misspelled, okay? Because McGoldrick is not even in the system. It's McGoldrick, right? And I can't even find this dude right here, so we're gonna call him John Doe, who still opens himself up for civil litigation. Let's not get that fucked up. He opened himself up for civil litigation. Every name on here opened themselves up for civil litigation. McGoldrick V946, who was present during the transport, in the back of the booking area as the suspect was screaming, and nobody interfered. Not interfere. I used the wrong word. Nobody intervened. Civil rights was raped straight out of my ass, ladies and gentlemen, and not one of these officers intervened. During the booking process, the suspect was found to have a warrant out of Camden, New Jersey for bad checks and money orders, and that is true, which has been resolved. I wasn't always the greatest guy back in the day. What can I say? You know, I did a lot of bad things back in the day. Now I'm doing a lot of things that look to be bad from the government. So, I can't win for fucking losing, all right? I tried it one way for a very long time, and it didn't work out. So I said, hey, let me do it this way. Now they ain't really fucking with me. How's that go? I be damned. The suspect was checked by EMS and refused attention. Sergeant Brooks photographed the officer's injury and the suspect non-injuries from OC spray. The suspect has stated that he is self-employed by the title The Resistance and receives monetary compensation for filming the police on YouTube. I don't remember saying that. I hope they got that on body cam. I don't even understand that's in the narrative. But okay, whatever. And you got some information down here and shit. Scott Roby, American Indian or Alaskan Native. This motherfucker look like what's the motherfucker from Star Trek with the crazy ass head? That's what the fuck he look like. Please, somebody put it in the chat, please. What the fuck is that motherfucker called from Star Trek? The Next Generation. Look at this motherfucker's head. It's crazy. Well, listen, we about to get into the video, okay? Now, that was the narrative. I want you guys to remember that. And we're about to jump into this video. Give me a real quick sec to pull it up. I appreciate y'all. It's the Resistance. I'm here with it for a while with y'all. Stick around. We got some stuff to go through. We got some my video point of view to go through. We got the body cam point of view to go through. We can discuss it after. And we also have a bonus clip of the first time that I met this officer right here, Roby. Scott Roby. And look at the guy in the background. Can you guys see him in the background? If you remember him, guys, if he looks familiar to you, that's the guy who was in one of my most recent videos with the lady who was being accosted by 8 cops. Remember the undercover cop, crazy ass, disheveled ass, loser cop, looked like he was trying to plant drugs into her car. It just was a crazy stop. He was there. He's the one who I said is a piece of shit. Okay, so if you guys were wondering why I was calling him a piece of shit, well, it stems all the way back from this. Stems all the way back from this. Hey, y'all hang in there real quick. I'm about to pull this video up so we can get into it. Yo, man, it's the Resistance.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
And here we go. April 26th, lady. April 20. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. I want to get the right date for y'all before I play this video. The video is already up. I just want to make sure I got the right date so everybody is on track of what's going on. And the offense was 4/25/2020. 4/25/2020. Sometimes I mess up a lot, so I gotta keep the facts straight. Hey man, I'm not the most perfect person, you know, but I try to keep it as straight as Indian here, you know? Let's get to this video. And y'all remember the narrative. Remember what he tried to pull off, because he thought that the evidence was destroyed. That's what he thought, ladies and gentlemen. So pause it. Remember, he said, I just walked up to these people recording. That's how it started off. See how colorful he makes the narrative? He said, I just walked up to these people recording. He didn't say I was recording the traffic stop. He made it seem as though as if I was being accosting to these people in the car. That's the assisting officer who's helping out with this traffic stop. On the right side is Scott Roby. Shout out to everybody that said this dude looks like Worf. That's the name I was trying to remember. Appreciate y'all. Shout out Daniel Garcia. Nick's 5 cents. Charlie Stark. Wake Up America, Resist. John Eagle, sick ass food. Take it back just a little bit. I was running my mouth. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. So, as you can see, He's concluding his traffic stop. He just gave the woman her paperwork back. Turns out is that she's one of those drivers that's like, what, under 18 or whatever, has to have one of those things. It's not a license, but it's a permit. That's what you call it. And I guess they weren't going according to the rules. And we can see that he just concluded his traffic stop because he gave her he gave her her paperwork back. And watch what I say soon after.
You done here, officer? Are you done?
So I ask him if he's done, and he doesn't respond, and he continues going to his vehicle. So I go into the street, onto the driver's side, and you guys pay attention to see if any cars pass while I'm out there. And I say that to say, let's just see if I was obstructing any traffic in any way. Okay?
Was he talking that nicely to y'all before I pulled up? Not really, right? Yeah, I know this dude. He's an asshole. This was for y'all safety. I pulled up too late. But y'all check me out on YouTube. Boston Audits. Boston Audits, the resistance. I'm not obstructing traffic.
So I did hear a car pass, but I definitely didn't obstruct the car's way. Sound like that car just moved right on past. Now we got him getting back out of his vehicle and approaching me. And if you notice, as I'm talking to this young lady, she's noticed that he's walking back to the vehicle and she's ready to get the fuck out of there.
Audits. Boston Audits, the resistance. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic. How you all out of the street? See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny? Name the badge. Name the badge, officer. Section, chapter 48, section 98D. Name the badge. You are required.
I'm sorry, is anybody else having a problem watching the video? Miles Warehouse videos. The resistance, go full screen so you do not have to move side to side, bud. Go full screen.
You are required. You are required.
Let me see your hand.
For what? I got off the street. I got off the street. I got off the street. I'm not resisting. I got off the street. I got off the street.
Behind your back.
I got off the street.
Behind your back.
What are you locking me up for?
Put your hands
What are you locking me
I
up
already
for?
told you to step out of the
What are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not.
So, at any point, did you guys see anything that I did wrong? I'm going to take it back for you because it happened ever so quickly.
I'm not obstructing traffic safety. I pulled up too late. But y'all check me out on YouTube. Boston Audits. Boston Audits, the resistance. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic.
Step out of the street. Step out of the street. I'm not obstructing traffic. I don't know any law that says you can't stand in the street unless you're causing problems. Unless I'm being disorderly, unless I'm standing in the middle of the street to obstruct traffic, okay? None of that is happening. I'm just speaking to the driver. All this happened in under 20 seconds, this encounter right here.
Not obstructing traffic. How you all out of the street? See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny?
So he backs me down onto the sidewalk, intimidating. If anybody who should get an intimidation charge, it should have been him. He's intimidating me, and he backs me down onto the sidewalk. He intimidated me by telling me he's going to lock me up if I don't get off the street. Then he backs me down onto the sidewalk. He uses his physical force to get me onto the sidewalk, okay? Now, I'm upset I want to complain. I need his name and badge.
Badge. Name and badge, officer. Section, chapter 48, section 9.
Chapter 41, section 98D requires all police officers. I just asked the officer the other day for a business card. Chapter 41, section 98D requires all Massachusetts police officers to give you their name and badge. Better yet, have it written down on a business card.
98D, name and badge.
Right here. I'm asking for his name and badge. I'm a safe distance away from him. As you can see, he's on the other side of his vehicle going towards his driver door to get in. And I just stepped right off the curb. And I'm asking him for his name and badge because of what he just did. And this is what happens.
You are required. You are required.
I'm gonna
You
tell
are
you again.
required.
Let me see your hand.
For what? I got off
Your
the
back.
street. I got off the street.
So he walks up to me. He approaches me. He says, "Let me see your hands."
You are required.
I'm gonna
You
tell
are
you again.
required.
Let me see your hand.
For what? I got off
Your back.
the street. I got off the street. I got off the street.
Then he screams, "Don't resist arrest." Well, I'm being illegally arrested. I didn't do anything that rose to the level of a crime. Not even to a citation. But he says, "Don't resist arrest" when he illegally arrests me.
I'm not resisting. I got off the street. I got off the
Put your
street.
hands behind your back.
I got off
Put
the
your hands
street.
behind your back.
What are you locking me up for?
Put your hands
What are
behind
you
your back.
locking me
I
up
already
for?
told you to step out of the
What are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
behind your back.
I'm not doing anything.
You see that little contraption right there? That's a goddamn public clothing storage container. You know, for motherfuckers who need clothes and shit, truck come pick up the shit, take it to the Salvation Army or whoever the fuck they take it to, and divvy it up and sell the shit for like $25 a pair. That's what's inside that shit. And I'm being slammed onto the words of that, to the letters of that word planet multiple times. Shoulder, boom. Head, boom. Back, boom. I'm asking them, what's the charge? Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. What's the charge? What I do wrong? Don't get none of that. No, I just get accosted and violently attacked. Bam.
Stop resisting. What y'all locking me up for? What you spray me with, bro? What you spray me with? Stop resisting. Spray me with.
Remember that line in the narrative when I asked, when he said that in no way did I get hit with any of the OC spray? Well, if that's the truth, why in the hell am I asking him what he sprayed me with?
What y'all locking me up for? What you spray me with, bro? What you spray me with? Stop resisting. Spray me with. Bro, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? Can I?
I'm asking him what's the charge. Cameron done fell to the ground. All I know is the left side of my face is on fire. Hotter than fish grease. On a July 4th afternoon. My face is on fire. I'm like, whoa, fuck the charges. What you spray me with? He lies and say he ain't sprayed me with nothing. And then he goes into the report and says, in no way did I get hit with any of the OC spray. I be damned.
What are you locking me up for? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? Can I get my camera off the ground, please? Can I get my phone off the ground? Can I get my phone off the ground, please? Huh? Can you give me my phone, please? Can you give me my phone? Don't arrest you. Can you give me my phone? I'm asking for my phone. Yeah. Give me my phone, bro.
Can you give me my phone?
And there you go. That's just one. That was my point of view. That's what you're seeing from my point of view. Oh, there's more. There's much more. There's body cam video to this. Y'all might want to share this. All right? This is real shit. Tyranny and corruption. Right out of Boston, Massachusetts. It's not a game. This is real. This is how they do. This is the way they write reports. And he even he destroyed the phone, but he didn't destroy the footage. And this is why he wrote it in such a colorful way. Okay? Now, we're going to get into the body cam footage. Let's get into the body cam footage. It's real interesting. It starts off recording me recording them. And then we go all the way over to the station. So, how about this? 25-second break. Hit a like. Hit a share. We'll get some popcorn or something. We'll come right back and we on. It's the resistance, man. It's the resistance. Hit the likes. Everybody about to get killed out here. Like it for everybody.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
All right, let's get into this body cam video. Hope y'all enjoying the show, because it was at a huge expense out of my ass, okay? This is where it gets crazy. And y'all already know I speak graphic, I speak very colorful, but it matches to what happens. It was a huge expense out of resistance ass, physically, okay? Mentally, went through quite a bit of anguish, okay? This shit was crazy. Never, ever in my life as a cop watcher did I ever think that I would go through this. Let's get into it. It's the resistance. Appreciate all y'all support. Shout out to the queen.
What's wrong with your license? Did you just get your license?
Did I just get it? She was teaching me how to drive, but my mom was down the street, so that's where we were going right now. She has her license.
You're supposed to be in the front seat. And you guys, nobody has the seatbelt on. You guys got to switch up. She's subject to arrest right now.
So quick pause. I'm about to pull up in a little bit. If you guys want to pay attention to what's going on, y'all can. I don't know. I can't determine if what this dude did was right in his traffic stop or not. But nonetheless, it's none of my concern. The case is on me. Like I told you, I got hit with intimidation. That was one of the charges that I got hit with. Okay? Intimidation, resisting arrest, assault and battery on a cop, and disorderly. All right? And the intimidation was supposed to be on these people right here. All right? But if y'all want to pay attention to this traffic stop, by all means do so. But the part I'm concerned with is when I step into the picture.
No. You can drive, but she has to be in the front seat. You guys need to put your seatbelts on. With your license, and your registration. Here's your license. Alright. When you have a learner's permit, the person that has a license is supposed to be alright?
I got to pause it real quick because we got to go back to the narrative. We have to go back to the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't go back to the narrative, we'll forget what happened. All right? So, here we go. Back to the narrative. Officer was returning to my cruiser when the suspect approached the vehicle with two females inside. So already it starts off as a lie. And I'm sorry I took too long to get to it because I lost the page. But if you stick with me, I still bring you the facts. Officer was returning. Let me blow it up a little bit more. Starting with officer. Officer was returning to my cruiser when the suspect approached the vehicle with two females inside and started recording them. And as officer told the suspect to step out the street, he walked up to the driver's side window and started asking the operator a question. So he says that he already told me to step out the street. He made it seem like that I just pulled up and started recording these two women when I was already there recording at least half of the traffic stop. Okay, so it starts off as a motherfucking lie. And I'm sorry for the colorful talk, but it's appropriate at this time when you got police, when you're fighting for your life and you got police lying on you. Good friend of mine, shout out to OG Perfect Sense. One of the things that she feared is the tyranny and corruption from law enforcement lying on you and you doing time in prison for no goddamn reason. One of our biggest fears, and hey, I understand, because from the looks of it, the charges add up to 15 years. Now we know I probably won't get nowhere near that. You know, it'll be concurrent. And, you know, the judge may be leaning on me, he may not. But good thing about it is one of the charges got dropped, and I'll tell y'all about that after we watch the video. But I decided to go with the narrative with his body cam to show you straight off the bat that he lied. Because as you can see, I pull up on the scene recording the whole traffic stop. Well, not the whole traffic stop, but everybody who was involved as a whole.
understand that you can't drive after 1 a.m. Okay. What you're cited for is a marked lane violation.
Officer was returning to my cruiser when the suspect approached the vehicle with 2 females inside and started recording them as officer told the suspect to step out the street. So he just pointed. I want y'all to make sure that he wasn't talking to me.
Alright? And your permit is no good after 1 a.m. You understand that you can't drive after 1 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. Is your license?
There you go right there. He just passed the paperwork off. He just passed the license off. So they laughing at me. They're like, what this dude doing? What is he out here recording for? Of course, people ain't up on this. Of course they want to be like that. I go through that every day. You know, but at the same time, the way he colored it, he tried to make it seem as though I intimidated him. But at the same time, the way I see it was they ain't have a problem with me out there as well. Okay, because y'all seeing from my point of view, I asked and I say, was this guy being nice to y'all before I pulled up? They was like, no, not really. I said, yeah, I know this dude. He's an asshole. And I'm going to show you why he's an asshole, because at the end of the stream, I'm going to give y'all some bonus footage on my first encounter with this dude.
Is your license? Here's your license. Alright. When you have a learner's permit, the person that has a license is supposed to be inside. Alright? And your permit is no good after 1 a.m. You understand that you can't drive after 1 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. What you're cited for is a marked lane violation, because you were in the right-hand lane and you're going left. And that lane is a bike lane. It's not supposed to be driving. See right here? See how they have it marked off?
Yeah, but what I was trying to tell you is I was going to turn, but we changed our minds. So that's why I ended up going in front of you.
I know, but you still can't drive. You can't turn from that lane. You have to stay in the lane. I know, I understand, and that's why I'm explaining it to you. Okay, so listen, it was in $105 for the marked lane. Your speed was 40 in a 25. The whole city is 25 miles an hour. Okay? I gave you a warning for that as well. Alright? It would have been $305. Alright? I gave you a warning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay. And that would have went on your license. Okay? That would have went on your license for the citation.
So on his body cam, everybody can see, everybody can hear that you can't hear me saying to him, is he done with the stop? Okay, so he can use that as an argument. Well, he asked you, was you done with the stop? And according to the body cam, you can't hear me say it. But you definitely heard it say it from my point of view. You definitely heard me say it from my point of view. Okay? And it's a legitimate argument because it wasn't heard on body cam. How could he possibly hear it? Okay. But we did see him hand the license back. Okay? We did see that. My eye caught that. And that always tells me once they do that, that concludes the stop. It's a wrap. So I took it upon myself to ask her a question. So from his narrative, it says he walked up to the driver's side window and started asking the operator a question and was told to move away from the vehicle as they had their turn signal on. Okay, told to move away by who? Them in the vehicle or by he? See, he's not clarifying right here. But we do know that at the time that I was asking her questions, right at the time when I approached and asked her questions, nobody told me to go anywhere, especially not the people in the car. It was only seconds later when he approached me. So he's in his car right now as I'm about to approach them to ask questions. Started asking the operator a question and was told to move away from the vehicle as they had their turn signal on and attempted to pull away, not wanting to talk to him. Now, how would he know that they didn't want to talk to me? He's in his vehicle right now, okay? Why is he saying that? And as we see from my point of view, they did answer my question. And then they were ready to leave as he was pulling up to me, as he was walking up to me. So our situation was over, and our interaction, me between Scott Roby, began. Okay.
Partner, step out of the street. Step out of the street.
I'm not obstructing traffic.
Step out of the street.
I'm not obstructing
Step
traffic.
out of the street, or I'm gonna lock you up. Step out of the street.
See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny? Name it down.
So he see me back up on the sidewalk. He telling me to step out the street, being very intimidating. I'm only asking these people a question. Okay? I haven't done anything that's risen to the level of a crime. The suspect refused 2 verbal commands. Let's watch it again.
Partner.
Right there, you just seen me step on the sidewalk. Okay? Like I said earlier, he gave me an illegal directive, and he also intimidated me with his physical presence.
Step out of the street. Step out of the street, or I'm gonna lock you up. Step out of the street.
See this tyranny, y'all?
I mean, seriously, this is an arrestable offense right here? This is what happens here in Boston, Massachusetts? Of course it does. This is what they do. They make up a reason to lock you the fuck up. It's Boston, Massachusetts. Don't forget.
Name it down. Name it down, officer.
Go ahead. Yep.
Chapter 48, Section 98D. Name the badge.
Step out of the street. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you again. Right? Let me. Step out of the street.
I'm not obstructing traffic. Name the badge, officer.
Go ahead. Yep.
Chapter
Right here. Technically, let me blow this up for y'all real quick. Technically, if you see this white line right here, technically, I'm in the parking lane, okay? Now, this curb, it comes out a little bit and then curves back over. This is why this vehicle is so far out on the street. But technically, I took one step off the curb, and I'm in the parking lane, not even in the bike lane, because I'm asking him for his name and badge. You know, all that tough Tony shit he just did to me, I don't appreciate that as an officer. Not because I'm talking to somebody in the driver's seat. Like, I don't deserve all that. So I want his name and badge. I feel as though he violated. Step off the curb. Technically, I'm in the parking lane. And this is what happens.
48, Section 98D. Name the badge.
Step out of the street. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you again. Right? Let me see your hands.
For what? I got out the street.
First thing he says is, let me see your hands. Second thing he says is, don't resist arrest.
Chapter 48, Section 98D. Name the badge.
Step out of the street. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you again. Right? Let me see your hands.
For what? I got out the street.
I got out your hand behind your back. I got out your hand behind your back.
What are you locking me up for?
Put your hands
What
behind
are you
your back.
locking me
I
up
already
for?
told you to step out of the
What
street.
are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Behind your back.
I'm not doing anything.
Put your hands behind your back. Right? I'm not gonna fucking play this game.
Said, I'm not going to fucking play this game with you. Which I quickly understood when he slammed me up into that metal container about 3 times. I quickly understood that he wasn't going to play this fucking game with me. Okay, whatever game that he was talking about. All I knew is that the game would conclude once he stopped slamming me up the fuck against this metal container. All right? Once I felt those dents going into the metal, I said, whoa. Only shit happens like that in cartoons, video games, and fucking Marvel movies. This shit ain't supposed to be happening right now. So I understood what he meant when he wasn't going to play this fucking game. All right? It was serious. And I didn't do a damn thing wrong. Nothing that risen to the level of a crime. I was just basically at that point wanting to get his name and badge, which he would not provide. I wonder why. So because I'm recording and I'm asking for his name and badge, this is what I received. And I quickly learned not to play his game, okay? Because another officer also assisted, Officer Woods, who opened himself up for civil litigation as well. He assisted.
What y'all locking me up for? What you already told you, bro? What you already told you? What you spray me with it? No, what you spray me with it? What did you spray me with, bro?
I didn't spray you with nothing.
Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the
I
charge?
already told you.
What's the charge?
I already told you.
What's the charge?
I already told you.
Can I get my camera off the ground, please? Can I get my phone off the ground?
It'll come
Can
up the problem.
I get my phone off the ground, please?
I got you.
Huh? Can you give me my phone, please?
You're under arrest too. You better
Can you
stop.
give me my phone?
At this point, I'm being kidnapped. Okay? They done took my freedom away from me. Shout out freaking media. Dean Herndon. I'm sorry if I'm not shouting y'all out, but y'all know when I'm doing exclusives, I gotta pay attention. Love all y'all. Unindoctrinated. My man, Frankie the Fixer. D-Sign. But you know, I'm being violated right now. I'm being kidnapped. My freedom is taken away from me for what? All I know is that I was recording. Deprivation of rights could be. Illegal arrest. We read the report, didn't we? We read the report. The suspect refused 2 verbal commands. Then the vehicle attempted to pull away, and the operator said, "Thank you." The operator said, "Thank you." Where do we see this at? Where do we see the operator saying thank you?
Name the badge, officer.
Go ahead, yes.
Chapter 48, section 90.
What we hear is him saying, "Go ahead."
Street, I'm gonna lock you up. Step out of the street. See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny? Name the badge. Name the badge, officer.
Go ahead, yes.
Look at him, giving commands. Go ahead. I said I wasn't going to focus on the interaction that those two had with each other. I wasn't going to focus on that. But let me just say one thing, if I may. Look at how he's giving her a directive. Maybe she's not ready yet. Maybe she's not comfortable to pull off yet. Maybe she wants to decide that, hey, you know what? Let the passenger take over. And, you know what I mean? I'm not comfortable. I just probably went through a situation. She already said that he wasn't as nice as he was before I pulled up. So maybe she a little shook. But here he go, walking past her. Go ahead. Then he say that she says thank you. Did we see that, ladies and gentlemen? No, we didn't. This dude's a fucking liar.
Street, I'm gonna lock you up. Step out of the street. See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny? Name the badge. Name the badge, officer.
Go ahead, yes.
Chapter 48, section 98D, name the badge.
Step out of the street. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you again. Right? Let me see your hands.
For what? I got out the street. I got out the street. I got out the street. I'm not resisting. I got out the street. I got out
Put your hand behind your back.
I got out
Put
the
your hand
street.
behind your back.
What are you locking me up for?
Put your hand
What are
behind
you
your back.
locking me
I
up
already
for?
told you to step out of the
What are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
behind your back.
I'm not doing anything. Put your hand.
So it says, suspect came back into the street and was told to get on the sidewalk a 3rd time, at which time he refused to continue towards the officer's vehicle, not staying 6 feet away. So as you can see, before he made his approach to me, he was on the driver's side of the vehicle, going towards the about to open the driver's side door to get in. If he would have took 3 more steps, he would have been in his car. I was on the other side, just had stepped off the curb in the parking lane. He came towards me and decided to lock me up because I stepped into the street. Yeah, technically in the parking lane, but I was in the street. Suspect came back into the street and was told to get on the sidewalk a third time, which he refused and continued towards the officer's vehicle, not staying 6 feet away, as well as being out after 9 p.m. curfew during the pandemic state of emergency. The officer went towards the suspect to place him under arrest, and at that time he was told to put his hands behind his back. He was going to be placed under arrest, and he resisted pulling away from officer and grabbing my left hand and scratching my finger with his nail. And as he did so, officer had his OC spray in his hand, and it discharged next to officer's hand and arm. Officer placed the suspect under arrest with the assistance of Officer Woods and the C11 1F, who pulled up to assist on traffic stop. Suspect was placed under arrest for disorderly conduct and interfering with a police officer in the performance of a duty, as well as assault and battery on a police officer. So I could have swore I read that. In no way did it get in my face or am I tripping? I could have swore I seen that. So to put his hands behind his back, he was going to be placed under arrest and resisted pulling away from officer and grabbing my left hand, scratching my finger. Okay, it's the next page. I have to take that statement back if I said that it read in no way did it spray in suspect's face. But I could have swore I read it, and I just want to check my shit real quick. Suspect refused to place in the car without his phone, and at no time was hit. At no time, here we go. I know I wasn't tripping. I forget a lot, but I don't trip. No time was he hit with any of the OC spray. Bam, let's go back to the video.
I'm not gonna fucking play this game. Resisting. What y'all locking me up for? I already told you. What you spray me with? No, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? I didn't spray you with nothing. Yes.
You heard that? Did you hear it?
What you spray me with? No, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? I didn't spray you with nothing. Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the charge? I told you. What's the charge? I already told you. What's the charge? I already told you. Can I get my camera off the ground, please? Can I get my phone off the ground?
You hear me talking about the camera? Let me get my camera. Because I knew that they was going to destroy the evidence. I'm trying to get my camera. Yo, you got to understand, this was what? 4 months into the game for me? This was a young resistance. Like, I was fresh. I was out there every day. These officers wasn't educated on a constitution like they are today. Y'all watch my videos. Y'all see how they stand around, hands in their pockets with their head down. This is the work that I put in. All right? Every day. And I ain't just going to put the weight on me. It wasn't me all the way. I ain't carried a whole boulder. You know, it was cats out there doing the same thing. Mass accountability. I mean, KTL. Audits in America. Josh Abramson. I'm just keeping it real. These are all the people that, you know, was doing it with me. I'm sorry, not doing it with me, doing it before me. Okay, then I come through and I'm hitting the inner city of Boston. Okay, I'm getting up in the sewers, and y'all ain't never get a chance to see that. This is what I bring to y'all. Show y'all what they do in them grimy ass fucking streets. This is the work. 2 years later, they walk around with their heads down, got nothing to say. Let's continue on with the video, man.
Can I get my phone off the ground, please?
I got your phone.
Huh? Can you give me my phone, please? Can you give me my phone?
You're under arrest too. You better
Can you
stop.
give me my phone? I'm asking for my phone.
Yeah.
Give me my phone.
The door's open.
Can you give me my phone, please? Can you please give me my phone? Can you give me? It's my property. It's my property, plus.
I get it.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Help me. Help me. Help me. Help.
Anybody got any questions? Might want to ask any questions about that part right there? Huh? Just imagine this was Boston 200 years ago and was nothing but trees all up and down this motherfucker. And the same type motherfuckers caught me back then. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I say help me? This motherfucking gang, they're known to kill you.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Help me. Help me. Help me.
What's the vibe? Can I get a supervisor up here? Cancel and blue. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the number. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up.
I don't know if y'all heard correctly, but he just said I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John,
The video guy.
the video guy.
Good? Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy. And he started resisting. I went up, I was cuffing him and I had to spray in my ear. Sprayed me in my eye.
So he said I was cuffing him and I had to spray in my hand and it went off. But he tells me when I ask him what you spray me with, he says I ain't spray you with nothing. Y'all heard that? Shout outs to Dan Fissel. Dan Fissel, he says redact personal stuff. He says put your paperwork on a server so your subscribers can file a complaint. Dan, appreciate that information. For more info on that, Dan, could you please email me? I would like to hear more about that. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Please send me that information. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Dan Fissel.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the back of the car?
Yeah.
Is he still recording here or just turned off? Or is he still
Yeah. This is still recording. It was
You have this one then?
Yeah. No, he has his phone. It's in the back under his. He put it under his butt.
His butt? Alright. Like, you want to walk it?
So you hear him concerned about where my phone is. He said, no, he got his phone. He put it under his butt. Okay? He said he put it under his butt. And this is the sergeant asking the question about my phone. He come on scene. He don't ask the officer, why did he lock me up? He asks him, where's the phone? Real funny.
You have his phone then?
Yeah. No, he has his phone. It's in the back under his. He put it under his butt.
All right. Like, you want to walk you back now to get the EMS there then?
Yeah.
This spot here? Huh? I'm gonna call him right here. You have to move.
No, we'll go back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll get a key.
I don't think it got him, but it just got me when I was cuffing his hair.
Let me just ask him. So, you hit by the spray at all?
Yeah.
Or was it the advocate and the supervisor?
I mean, no, I would take it.
What's the charge, Chicken? What's the charge?
Already told you.
What? You told me to get off the street. What's the charge? What's the charge? Why you can't tell me what I'm charged with?
Already told you.
Well, you said you told me to get off the street.
It's on your camera.
You said what?
It's on your camera.
Alright.
And it's on mine.
And what was it? What was it that was going through it? What was it? What are you doing, bro? Why are you grabbing my shit like that, man? Why are you grabbing me like that?
Release the camera.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! Help me! Help me! Kill me! He's gonna kill me! Help me! Help me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! Give somebody in the back. He's gonna kill me! Go ahead.
Now, some might question this. Some might say I'm over exaggerating. Some might even question my mental capacity. Some might say, well, he probably was just scared. But for whatever reason that I reacted like this, it's because I was illegally arrested. So what comes after that, my protest, my redress against the motherfucking government, doesn't matter how much I bring it, because I was the one violated.
He's trying to kill me. He's taking my property. He's taking my property from me. He's taking my property. He's trying to kill me. He's taking my property. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop.
I mention that because I want to use this as an excuse to why they had to lock me up. Oh, this was one of the reasons too. He did this. He said we was trying to kill him, but he sure weren't doing their job. And at the time, I had no idea what they were going to do, because it happened to me, a person who didn't do anything to deserve that. So we know, that they didn't kill me. I'm here now. But I'm still showing y'all what I experienced, and this is what I thought was going to happen at that time, place, and motherfucking manner. At this point, I have the hood over my head. And when I say a hood over my head, shout out to Wake Up America and Resist. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. for both of the super chats. My man. At this time, I have the hood over my head, right? And it's not just over my head. No, it's pulled over my head all the way down, covering my nose. Okay? Luckily, my mouth was, was open, being able to breathe in air. But he definitely was taking in that air, taking away the air from my nasal passage. He definitely did that, and he was pulling it back real hard where it was hurting. The drawstring, that part, he was pulling that. He said I was spitting. He said, stop spitting. Okay? Once again, when you're going through that, I had no idea what I was going through. Okay? I had no idea. I didn't even know I was spitting. So, I didn't know if they wasn't going to kill me. Shit. Look at what point they took it to.
Oh, look. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I'm not going to spit. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to do this to me. I'm not going to spit. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to do this to me. I'm not.
So yeah, they're complaining about you ain't gotta have that hood over my face so tight. I can't give it to y'all any better. But the way he had that hood pulled back on my face was crazy. I don't even wear the jacket no more. I stopped wearing the jacket. Okay? A lot of y'all see me with a gray jacket on in my videos. That's the underlining of the original jacket. I took that bitch off and threw it away. That's how much that jacket fucked me up. And I'm not lying to you. The way he had that hood pulled around had over 1/3 of my motherfucking face. And it had the drawstring just piercing into my skin all the way to the side of my cheeks, back to my ear. That shit hurt. I didn't know what was coming in front of me. I didn't know if I had a fist about to fly into my teeth, a boot. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You understand what I'm saying? This was the anguish that I was going through. Okay, I shouldn't have had to deal with no shit like that. When I'm under their care, which I shouldn't have been under their care, under their supervision, my priority should be top notch. Okay? And that's not what happened in this video.
John, you make this stop. You make this stop. I'm not resisting. I'm laying right here. I'm laying right here.
All right, so let me pause it right here. I want y'all to see what's going on. So we got 1, 2, and we're gonna count one as Officer Roby. So we got 2 officers right here. That makes 3 officers watching. Okay, it makes themselves involved.
John, you make this stop. You make this stop. I'm not resisting. I'm laying right here.
Got another officer right there. We just seen him.
Stop. I'm not resisting.
He's involved. Okay, he's assisting. He's involving himself with the bullshit. All right, let's continue watching.
I'm laying right here. I'm laying right here.
This is Officer Roby's camera. Knee on neck, ladies and gentlemen. Knee on neck. And may I please point this out? George Floyd died for a horrible thing. And all the recognition that he gets, he deserves, no doubt. I just want to point out, though, not taking nothing away from what happened to George Floyd, but it could have happened to me a month earlier. 2020, April 25th. This was before the George Floyd incident. It could have happened to me a month earlier. And that's word. That's real shit. Knee on neck. I'm being pressed down. My back is being pressed down. Roby is on me. He's on my legs. Knee on neck at the top. An black officer watching. They got two officers behind Roby looking at it. Okay? That's 5 altogether right there. Roby, this dude with his knee on my neck. The dude watching right here. Look at his feet. Watching. He's watching the whole situation. Then we got another one that come in. That's 4 right there. Now we got another one that's assisting.
Stop spitting.
Talking about stop spitting. My face is to the ground and he talking about stop spitting.
Stop spitting. We're gonna get your eyes washed out and shit.
He said stop spitting. Just relax. We're gonna get your eyes washed out and shit. Now he involved himself. He was watching, now he's down on his knees and he's involved. I'm making a point here. They all opened themselves up to civil litigation.
And he was resisting. Kept holding
Now we got one more. Then we got another one. None of them intervened. None of them questioned the traffic. None of them questioned the arrest. Not one single one. Huh. Y'all know what that means.
Take care of that. Well, we got this. You guys his pockets haven't been checked.
Shout out Dean Herndon. Why are they gonna wash your eyes out? He already said he didn't hit you with the spray. He already said he didn't hit me with the spray, so why would I need my eyes washed out and shit? That's what the old timers said. He old school Boston cop, okay? When he's carrying batons, crack you right inside your head. Whop! Whole side of your head crack leaking, and they leave you there. They don't even lock you the fuck up. Figure it out your own way.
Whole side of my
Yep. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it.
I don't know if you heard it, but it was a hell of a closing to a body cam video, I must admit. I gotta admit it myself, even though it was at my expense. Okay? Look at this guy right here. It's the closing of the video, right? And, it just boosted Roby's ego all the way to 100 because it let Boston PD know, hey, we got him. We got the video guy. The resistance, yeah, we got him. And it was Roby, the one who did it, so he was their golden boy, okay? But see, none of them took into account that the golden boy did it in an illegal manner, all right? So now you got Junior G.I. fucking Joe right here who's just loving it and sucking it all in, because we got a fucking veteran of, I don't know, how long has Roby been on the force? Let me see real quick. How long has Roby been on the motherfucking force? Give me a second. I'm typing it up right now. I know he's a veteran, maybe like 17 years or some shit. I don't know. But, you know, you got this guy right here. He's sucking it up. You know, he's living it for a couple of days now. He just love to see it. And, you know, he has a response. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's fucking awesome. And Roby, he just straight up sucked it all up with his bitch ass.
He's always doing stuff.
He's always doing stuff. That's what he said. He's always doing stuff. So, conducting my constitutional right is always doing stuff, and it deserves this. That's messed up. That's real messed up. All this I had to go through. "27 years, ladies and gentlemen, he's been on the force. That's a long time. He's seasoned at violating rights. Officer Scott Roby, badge number 4595. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, in a minute, I'm going to play the bonus encounter the first encounter that I had with Scott Roby. A lot of y'all seen it, but it's a good one to watch over and over because it's funny as hell. It's crazy. And it was my first encounter with Scott Roby. But I just want to thank y'all. I just wanted to break that down to y'all. You know, video, body cam video, my point of view, his body cam point of view, and what the narrative says. So, you know, while we take this minute to let this video run out and we go into the next one, y'all put y'all true thoughts, y'all true comments in this video. What's happening now, ladies and gentlemen, is that last Thursday I went to court and we argued the charges, okay? We argued the resisting arrest. We argued the disorderly conduct. We argued the assault and battery on a police officer. And we argued the witness intimidation, all right? We went through every single one of them. It was quite an event. And we got one knockdown, and that was the intimidation of a witness jury. We did get that knockdown. Judge thought that the A and B was kind of sketchy, but he let it stick. I don't know why. You know, he said it was for the fact finders. It was for them to decide. And he's speaking about the jury. So we got a date, but it's a date to get our motion. We put some motions in as well. And we had a long list of motions. We want to know a lot of stuff. First of all, we want names of every officer that's involved. Okay, I've already FOIA requested the names of the officers that's in this police station that they're taking me into right now, that you're seeing. And they told me that I didn't give them enough information. And with the FOIA request, I submitted still shots of the officers and the time and date of when the incident occurred. And they told me that I didn't give them enough information. I need to be more exact. Shout out Big Huncho. What up, bro? Shout out Cody English. So, Yeah. Just lost my train of thought right there, saying Big Huncho, but I'm gonna get it back. But yeah, back to the FOIA request. They haven't given me any information, so that was one emotion we put in as far as getting the information of all the officers involved. We want to know a lot of things that have to do with him putting in assault and battery charges on people, and a lot of information we asked for without getting too deep. Okay, but this is already a message to Boston PD. I'm not playing. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not backing down. You thought that this one was going to be a win for y'all. I didn't do anything. Nothing that I've done has risen to the level of a crime in this video. Okay? And you're not going to turn a constitutional act into a criminal activity. Simple as that. Appreciate all y'all that support me and whatever, but only person that's going to save themselves is themselves. And I'm not going down for this. It won't happen. Like I said a long time ago, I did things that just didn't work out for me. Now I've decided to do new things, and that's just hold police accountable. And they don't like that. So I be damned. I can't win for losing, but I won't go down for this. It's the resistance, man. I appreciate y'all supporting me. Like I said, we put a whole list of motions in. And we waiting to get those. We waiting to see what's up with that on the next court date. It's about 2 months from there. Then I assume from there we'll be picking a trial date. Because district attorney seems like they don't want to back down. I have no idea why. I wonder if they looked at the tape or if they even cared. I don't know. But it is what it is. Shout out to Daniel Garcia. Shout out to Daniel Garcia, man. Gave me a lot of information, bro. I appreciate you. We definitely want to link up. We definitely want to link up, bro. Brand new. But yeah, so we did get the intimidation charge dropped down. And now we got 3 more charges: resisting arrest, disorderly, and what's the other one? Resisting assault and battery on the police. How can I forget? He said his finger was scratched. We were requesting more information on that. We need more information as far as the proof of injury. All right, y'all. I want to jump into the next video. Like I said, I had a little treat for y'all, especially for the newcomers who just coming in. And I got a lot of videos. I think close to maybe a little over 700. And I admit that it might be about maybe 350, 400 of shared videos as well, included with that. But I still think, with my work alone, it's still a good number of videos that I got out there, including the shared videos and the mirrored videos. So, man, I'm just thinking about this whole body cam situation and how he just lied in the report. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm thinking about this report. And it's just amazing how he colored it as if things happened right out in the street. And it ended in the street. That's how he colored the police report. Body cam in my video says a different thing. It's just funny how he did that. But we're gonna jump into the next video. The next video is the first meeting that me and Roby had. And it wasn't a nice one. I admit I wasn't very nice and I wasn't very respectful. Nope, I wasn't. Like I said, this was over 2.5 years ago. A young resistance who I just didn't like, what was going on out in the streets and the interactions that the police was having with young black males. It was crazy. So this is the video right here. It's called Parking Lot Tyrant Says I Have a Sickness. First Amendment, Boston Audits. It's the remastered version because the first time I put up it was sideways. But then I hooked it up. I remember this dude. Here we go.
I don't know who you are. Who are you? I'm right here. I'm going to stand right here. This is where I'm going to stand. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna tell you what to do.
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not complying with your bullshit orders. Now what? Go to work. C93732. Get in the car.
I think you need to go and take some medication.
I think you need to mind your business.
You need a medication.
I think you need to mind your business and go back to work. Stop worrying about what I'm doing.
It's a sickness when you do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he said it's a sickness of what I'm doing.
Nena, are you alright? Are you upset? Yeah? Can you look to the window and see this guy? I don't want to call the most this guy. Yeah. No, there's a different guy.
Shout outs Dean Herndon. Yes, there was body camera running. I had that too. I would have played it if there was really something to highlight in it. But there's not too much to highlight. It's basically the same thing. His body camera shows the same thing. And that's him approaching me and assisting with the arrest, and then it going black because of how close he was to me. And it ends immediately after I get handcuffed. And you know what? No, I don't think it ends immediately after. I think it ends sometime when the sergeant pulls up. But nevertheless, I do have it. I can't play it now because I had to look for it. I didn't pull that one up, didn't have it ready. I just didn't think it was significant enough to play. But yes, his body cam was running. We do have it.
Move my way. Move my way. I'm Pakistan on my way.
Move my way.
Can you move my fucking way?
Who are you, sir? Who are you? Are you of any authority here?
My lot.
Are you of any authority? This is your lot? You paid for this lot?
It's 8:55 from and I'm having somebody over here. Keep following along with the video.
855 Sharman Ave, Boston, Massachusetts. Parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot tyrant says I have a sickness. It's a sickness of what I'm doing.
Cabin, I don't know who it is. And he has a mask on his face. I don't know what. It's a Boston 855 Shomra.
A lot of people were confused when I had the mask on my face. This was pre-COVID. This was pre-COVID-19 season. I was wearing a mask. You know, the little secret to that is it really ain't a secret. It's just that I was concealing my identity. Felt as though I had the right to do it.
55 Shomra. Shomra, it's my business. I'm standing right in the parking lot. Please. Yeah, it's right across the post office. Look.
We got a snowflake here calling the police because I'm publicly recording.
Why are you pointing that at me?
He's recording me, following me, holding like what?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, we don't got time for this bullshit.
So we got this guy right here. He's actually the parking lot attendant. Okay, this guy, this Ethiopian guy seems to appear to be. He says that he owns the lot. Well, the bald-head guy that pulled up is the parking lot attendant.
Blue sneakers, Nike sneakers, brown jacket, blue mask. Brown jacket, black sweatpants, blue Nikes.
You hear him in the background say, maybe that's what he wants, is to go to jail. You know, it's just so funny how people are conditioned to send other people to jail. You'd be surprised how many times people try to get other people to go to jail for a crime that wasn't committed. It's real.
Come on, stop fumbling over your words. Give it to them straight so they know who to look for.
What is the damn problem? What is the problem? What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Damn bullshit don't make no fucking sense.
Yes.
What are y'all squabbling about? That's what I understand. Were you in here?
No, I wasn't.
He was following me, recording me. I said, just stand
I followed you?
Yeah.
I followed you?
See how he lied? I was following him. He walked all up in that parking lot to his vehicle. Not once did I step into the parking lot. Not one time. This is how they lie. And then the police show up and it's a big situation. What if I was a person who had violent history with the Boston police? And when they pulled up, they knew exactly who I was, and they would have took it all the way up to the 5th tier. Huh? What about that? Because it happens. All I was doing was recording. And this dude had a problem with me recording. Okay, understandable. He has a problem with me recording. But not only does he have a problem, he calls the police. And he's lying, talking about I'm following him.
Stay away from it. No, stay away from it. What do you know what he's saying?
Something's not really right.
I know.
Leave that alone. No same person is going to be doing what he's doing.
There you go. You know, what you don't, people fear what they don't understand. And then, you know, if they don't understand it, they'll chalk it up to you being crazy. No, he just said it. No sane person would be doing what he's doing. You know? And people may ask, well, why were you doing it? To prove a point. That people will call the police on you for doing something so innocent as holding the camera. Back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, motherfuckers just walk around, big ass home camera system on their shoulder. Nobody had a problem with it. Why? Because it was the shit. You know, my grandpops did it all the time. It was always at weddings, family reunions. You know, there's always one person who had that big ass camera on a stand or holding it on their shoulder. That's just what it was. But then 9/11 came through. And everybody became a domestic terrorist. Scared the shit out of the whole country. Everybody was on alert. So now whatever you do, oh, the guy was looking at the mailbox funny. He's bending over looking at the side of it. 20 police out there. Dude having an argument with his lady in public. 40 police show up. The country changed. So now whatever you do, it's a good chance that it could be criminalized.
For no reason.
It's not right.
But I'm trying to figure out what was the crime for him to call the police.
I want you to leave this topic.
I don't have to leave. I'm on public property. I'm on public property.
Once you cross here,
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't need that directive because I never crossed that line.
Well, I'm just saying. I wasn't down here.
But I'm just letting you know, and he knows it as well.
Anybody that crossed this line when I'm out here, they move with you.
He knows that I didn't cross the line.
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you
Okay,
did.
well, I'm just telling you, I don't need that directive because I haven't crossed the line.
I mean,
I know the laws. I know the laws.
Why are you following this?
I know the laws. He engaged me. He engaged me. I never said nothing to this man.
Going where you going, I'm gonna lock it down, going where you going.
Just go.
That way he ain't got nothing to film.
Story is right here. This is the story.
The story is you're mentally sick.
You got a
Okay.
guy in the White
You gotta
House
mind your business.
Okay.
you down. This is your story.
I am minding my business. I'm out in public, minding my business. Take a walk, buddy. Take a walk. Go ahead and take a walk. Don't let your ego get bigger than you. Take the walk, man. Go and take the walk. Take the walk, man. Walk away. Walk away, man. Walk away. Walk away, man. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Listen to him and walk away. Walk away. Listen to him.
Shout out Joe Black. Big Hunt Shop.
Get in the car and stay in there. Stay there. You're forgetting that you shouldn't give private citizens any rules, and especially if you're not of authority. Especially if you're not of authority. Get over there. Get over there. Listen to that man. Get over there. Get over there, man. Get over there. Come on. Yeah, come on, go. Listen to that man. Listen to him. You snowflake. Listen to him.
At this point, a lot of people would like to focus attention on me, but not focus the attention on the fact that he called the police on me for no crime. Just simply because he felt as though I shouldn't be recorded. I don't take that lightly. I don't take that lightly at all. I take offense to that. Shout out to Chuck Derby. Call the cops on me. Now you get your issue. You get what you deserve. So, you know, what? Antagonizing him a little for what he's doing to me, for what can be coming to me. And what came to me was the my first encounter with Scott Roby, which led to my arrest the second time we caught up with each other. But yeah, this guy right here called the police on me for a crime that was never committed.
Go move your car. It's the second call, ladies and gentlemen, that he's calling to the police. 855 Charlotte Ave, ladies and gentlemen. This guy thinks I'm a nut right here. He clearly doesn't know his rights. He clearly doesn't know his rights. This is how brainwashed our people are. He clearly doesn't know his rights. The parking lot attendant, ladies and gentlemen. Parking lot attendant. Parking lot attendant.
I got a job.
You don't know me, sir.
You don't know me either, bro.
I know that you're a parking attendant.
That's right.
Like I said, you don't know me.
You ain't got no job, though.
You don't know me.
That's why you're here.
You don't know me. Shut up.
Shut me up.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut me up.
Shut up. Close your mouth.
Shut me up.
Close your mouth.
Shut me up.
Close your mouth. Close your mouth.
Shut me up.
What you gonna do when it go down? Nothing.
Shut me up.
What you gonna do when it go down? Nothing.
Try me. Try me.
Nothing.
Try me.
Can't even hardly walk.
All right, but a lot of shit I can do, bro.
Okay. Well, y'all need to first do it by calling the police like y'all just did.
Because we're not idiots with the one just revert to black on black violence and that dumb shit. That's what the white man wants. That's what he wants.
What he don't want you to know is your rights. And clearly you don't know your rights.
Yeah, I do, bro.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you knew your rights, then you wouldn't be approaching me about what I'm doing. If you knew your rights, you would not be approaching me about what I'm doing. Now he's talking about the car, ladies and gentlemen. He was just engaging with me into a conversation about he knows this and he knows that. He doesn't know shit. This your parking lot, sir? So this is your property right here, too? This your property right here?
It is.
Okay. Come on, brother. Come on out, man. Come on out before he try to lock you in. Tyrant parking attendant right here. Lock it up, brother. Lock it up.
I will, bro.
Lock it up.
I'm locking it up.
Make sure you lock it good.
And it's locked good.
Lock that shit up. Do it now, boy. Do it now.
Is that good
Do
enough?
it now, boy.
Is that good enough?
Do it now.
That's good. There you go, sir.
You need to learn your rights, brother. You need to know what exactly can be done out here. Instead of trying to enforce tyrant rules. You and your buddy over here. It's the resistance. Remember my name. Oh, he's going to work today, ladies and gentlemen. He's going at work today.
Every black man should have a job.
Got a back in the back of his pocket, in the back of his pants.
Damn right.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn right.
I'm pretty sure that this is against his procedures and policies.
No, it's not. Anybody come in here and get fucked up?
Anybody goes in there gets fucked up, he said. And you stand by that, sir, that anybody that comes in this parking lot gets fucked up?
Yeah, I know.
You stand by that, sir? Do you stand by that? How long do you think the police going to take? You need to call them back, tell them to hurry up. Excuse me? Excuse me? Come on, you ready for a can back? Let's do it. Ready to take a picture? Let's do it. Let's take pictures. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You got the time to call the cops, so you might as well take some pictures. Come on, buddy. Let's do it. No, I'm not. I told you I'm not. I said that I'm not. What part don't you understand? I'm telling you that I'm not doing it. I'm standing here and I'm recording. Don't tell me what to do.
I have to tell you.
Well, guess what? I'm not listening to you.
So then you're gonna listen to police.
Okay, we'll see. Here they come. Come on, buddy. Let's go talk to him.
How you doing?
So follow me like this.
Let me talk. Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
Name and badge.
Holy 2118.
Thank you.
Okay.
You ready to identify yourself now? The Goon Squad. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, the Goon Squad. Back up, you're impeding traffic. Back up. Back up, you're impeding traffic. Clown. Clown. Roll the window up. Roll the window up. Roll it the fuck up. Roll it up.
Yo, you keep being disorderly and you will be locked up.
How am I being disorderly? You can't censor my
just told
speech.
you that.
You can't
I just
censor
told
my
you that,
speech.
okay?
You can't censor my speech.
Stay off
You
the street
cannot
and stay on the side.
Stay off the
You
street.
understand that?
You cannot
understand
censor
that?
my speech.
Do you understand that?
You cannot censor my speech. Name and badge. You just engaged me. Name and badge.
You can see it.
4595. What's your name? Name and badge, officer. Name and badge. Name and badge.
It's Officer
your
Harris.
policy.
No, I'm going to tell you. It's Officer
Can you
Harris.
back up? Can you back up? You're in my personal space.
No, I'm not bothering you. You asked me a question and I'm answering
Okay,
your
but
question.
you don't have to walk up on me
Officer
like that.
Harris 2364. That is
All right,
my
then
badge.
back up. Thank you.
Okay? All right.
Y'all have a nice day. You're dismissed.
All right, see you later.
Another intimidation tactic. I love it. Make sure you pass the name around to every district and every police officer.
Go back to Deering Road.
Tyrant. Disorderly, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to lock me up for disorder. You get educated today, sir? I hope you did. That's the walk of shame you're doing right now. Do you practice intimidation tactics every day? I'm going to tell you just like I told every officer, especially at the Boston Police Headquarters, it doesn't matter if you know my name, officer. I don't answer questions. I'm telling you something. I'm telling you something. Listen. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Keep practicing those intimidation tactics. Keep it practicing those intimidation tactics. Oh, y'all know what y'all doing. Come on, man. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. That's why he got his lips all twisted up on the side of his face, because he know what he's doing. Make sure you pass the address, the name, the last name, the state committed name, to all your coworkers, to every district or precinct. Okay? Make sure you pass it along. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You can't do nothing to me. Nothing. Goodbye. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. Goodbye. Say that again, buddy. Your mother. These were the same officers, ladies and gentlemen, earlier that refused to identify themselves. They illegally parked on the corner of the sidewalk and made sure they hopped their ass in there real fast and got out the way. I love it.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was, well, actually, my first encounter of Officer Roby was maybe 45 minutes before then. If you notice, I asked him, "Are you ready to identify now?" And he didn't respond. That's because I asked him about 45 minutes earlier, a few blocks away, what his name and badge was, and he didn't respond. So that's why I approached him that way. But that was our first engagement, actually. And that was over 2.5 years ago. Well, no, 2 years ago. April 25th will make 2 years. So it'll be almost 2 years ago. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Mom's wholesome videos. Big Huncho. Perfect Sense Resistor. Joe Black. Cody English. Armchair Rocker. Unindoctrinated. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Mark Wonderlich. Jamie. Chuck Derby. Wake Up America Resist. Shout out to Wake Up America Resist. Loyal supporter. Quacker. Dean Herney. William Sharon. Brand new. Daniel Garcia. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night. Be safe out there. It's the resistance. Officer Scott Roby, Boston's finest.
I'm just a picture in the frame. Pause. I paint word pictures on the canvas of life.
I'm everywhere in public. to get killed out here. Like it for everybody.